So we're seeing a huge shift from the power being with somebodies to the power being with nobodies. Now, when I say nobodies, I'm talking about the hundreds of thousands of people out there blogging, making videos, making audio podcasts, making all of these sort of social media together, and who are having the power to influence government, who are having the power to overthrow marketing spends and corporate campaigns. You know, it's this grassroots ability for anyone to come up and actually have an audience and have a voice. It's been made possible entirely by social media. So social media are websites like YouTube, like Facebook, like WordPress, like Blogger, like Flickr, like Twitter, where people are able to interact with each other, make comments, and form groups and communities and discuss things that really matter to that group or community. Essentially, social media is where you come together online to have a conversation, and it's a two-way street. It's the new style of the internet where it's not just businesses putting up a brochure and saying this is this is what we are, and you can't comment or have any feedback or any interaction with that like a brochure. It's actually where businesses can have a conversation with their marketplace and get a message out into their marketplace. Barack Obama came along and he said, I'm not just going to broadcast, which is the old way. I'm going to have a conversation with the people who are the potential voters. And what he did is he had 16 different major social media websites that you could reach him on. So if you went to the front page of Barack Obama's website, what you'd find is a panel down the bottom right-hand corner that says Obama Everywhere. And you could go to his LinkedIn profile, you could go to his Facebook profile, you could go to his YouTube channel. And in all of these places, you could have a conversation with him, you could leave comments with him, you could interact with Obama, you could become his friend on Facebook, you could become his follower on Twitter, and he would actually also follow your comments as well. Now, I'm sure he wasn't sitting there reading all of the Twitters as they were going through, all 105,000 of them, but it was just something different that no one had ever before felt so listened to from a politician who was running for office, for president. And what that did is it caused an overwhelming tipping point. He was able to get into communities and organizations and groups using social media in a way that had never been done before. You know, you're competing against some big corporate budgets, you know, tube advertising and magazines and radio and television and, you know, banners and all of this sort of stuff that's out there. How do you go up against that when you don't have a big budget as well? Well, put it this way, YouTube spends something like $4 to $6 million a month just on providing YouTube videos from their servers and from their hard drives, and just on the hardware alone, they're spending $6 million so that you can go out there and broadcast yourself. You know, Facebook have raised hundreds of millions of dollars to be able to provide that service for free, so you can form clubs, groups, associations, make friends with people who care about the same things that you care about. So this social media, you've almost got to acknowledge the fact that millions and millions of dollars is being spent month in, month out to actually make these services available to you, so that you can then go and broadcast and create your own content and start forming communities and groups and having a say, having a voice, and talking to the influencers, finding out what people really want, and you will definitely have an edge against big budgets and big corporates. And I tell you, they are worried about this stuff. Ever since the Obama campaign, they're looking at, this is something way under our radar that we hadn't seen, and they have no idea how to use it. Now, as a small business owner, you can capture your market's attention. You can capture more than your fair share of people who are interested in what it is you have to say if you just get out there and use social media. Malcolm Gladwell, he talked about the things being able to create just a slight tip in that direction, which then starts a movement. This is what we're seeing with social media. We're seeing the ability to create a movement online just with people who have, you know, basic equipment in their own home, making videos, making audio podcasts, commenting online, blogging, forming groups and communities. It's a very, very powerful tool. You've got to think about it like a billionaire somewhere got together with a genius and created an incredible website that's totally funded to the tune of millions and millions of dollars every single month, with experts and engineers working on it just so you can have a voice, just so you can get your opinions out there, just so you can form a community, just so you can broadcast whatever matters to you. And you may or may not generate an audience, but this is a very incredible time where we can think globally and speak globally and have a collective global conscience. The first step is just get curious. So get online and sign up for a YouTube account, sign up for a Facebook account. My grandfather, who's 85 years old, realized that he would no longer be able to see the photos of his grandkids unless he was on Facebook. So what did he do? He signed up for a Facebook account, and now my grandfather's writing messages to me on my wall, looking at my photos and communicating, leaving comments underneath my photos and things like that. So my grandfather has been able to get onto, and he's 85, onto Facebook. So I'd say get curious about it. Start having a go and find out, can I actually make an audio podcast? Even if you completely botch it up, have a play with it and see what happens. Talk to people who are using social media. You know, get yourself a wonder teen. One of these teenagers who takes this completely for granted, who might be 16, 17 years old. For them, making a MySpace page, for them, an audio podcast is as natural as reading a book or reading a newspaper. Get together with a wonder teen and see if they can help you make your first podcast. See if they can help you, create a slideshow presentation for slideshare.net or something like that. But just start interacting online, making comments and finding groups of people who matter, who care about the same things that matter to you. You need to have a very clear message about who it is that you want to portray yourself online. What is your brand? What is your message? You almost have to remember that every comment, every blog, every video that you upload will be there for a very long time and has the potential to be there and stay there forever. There are certain blog sites and certain websites that once you actually submit your content, it's there and it's on their site and you can't get it removed quite often. You've also got to realize that if you say something provocative, in the world of social media, the gloves are off for other people to come back and comment on your blog or on your video and say what they think about it. So you can't expect to be in the world of online broadcasting where you get your say and no one else gets their say. One thing I would say is have one place that is very clear about who you are and your message. So Obama had his website, and it was the Barack Obama website, and on that website everything was very, very clear on his policies and what he stood for and what he was about, and it was the one place that most of his social media would direct you back to. So if you wanted further clarification on anything that I've said or commented, here's the one place that it happens. I think that's a very powerful way to move towards, especially if you're in small business or building a profile. Have that one blog or that one central place that is your brand, it is your place that people can find you on and get almost the official word. There is no question in my mind that the next big TV stars, radio stars, film stars, movie stars are going to come from social media. We're going to see the likes of, Phil DeFranco from YouTube, get his own talk show host position on a major network. We're going to see, these podcasters getting positions on the BBC radio. We're going to see, the next big up and coming performers. They'll be discovered online. And we're going to see, things like David Blaine, who was, who sort of built his reputation and has millions of views on YouTube for his street magic. When we look at the way that this is being used, there is no question that the people who want to rocket up the chart, so to speak, are going to be doing it through social media.